Hey everyone, and welcome to another cast by HD Phoenix. This is a great tournament to cast. If you had to ever cast one tournament, this would be it. This is BlizzCon 2010. We have Ice at the 2 o'clock position as the red Zerg, and in the 7 o'clock position we have WhiteRa, the blue Protoss. Now these two are very strong players, and I just met Ice actually yesterday at the Mbox 2v2 tournament, and we took 3rd prize because we met Ice and Oxygen in the lower bracket finals, and yeah, we got crushed. It wasn't even close. This guy's macro is really strong, but WhiteRa is no slouch himself. He is a very strong. Oh, okay. Actually, that probe is not going out to scout. So WhiteRa is pretty confident that Ice is not going to 9-pull him. And yeah, okay, Ice is not going to 9-pull him. But yeah, as I was saying, WhiteRa is a very strong Protoss from Ukraine. He played a lot of StarCraft 1. He was pro. He actually won quite a few tournaments. And now he's made a very good transit into StarCraft 2. And ever since the beta, this has been a name to watch. I remember HD and Husky were casting lots and lots of WhiteRa games, but I can't wait. So WhiteRa is most likely going to scout after he drops his gateway, and Ice is going to go for some kind of speedling build because he's getting the extractor before pool. And the thing is, if you get your extractor this early and you start mining from it, as soon as you get your spawning pool, you're going to have enough gas to get your sorry. We're going to have enough gas to get your speed, but then the thing is at the timing that you should be getting the hatchery, you're not going to have enough minerals. So it does look like Ice is not going to be playing macro. He's not going to be playing 14 pool, 15 hatch. Most likely he's going to be playing 14 pool, 22 hatch. And yeah, this is actually a really good play. Is WhiteRa going to fall? Yeah, WhiteRa does fall for it. WhiteRa is going to think that, oh, he's going for 14 pool, 15 hatch, and is most likely going to just dance around here. And what you're trying to do is just delay as much as possible that that WhiteRa doesn't see this early thing, so he doesn't know the speed. Oh, it actually tricked WhiteRa into dropping a pylon. He is going to come in here and see the early gas, so he should be cancelling this pylon momentarily. And look at this, Ice is trying to, okay, he's going to try to block off this spot, because this is where you want to put your Cybernetics Core, because a Cybernetics Core has 1,100 health, and your Gateway has 1,000. It's a small difference, but every little bit does help when you come to defending a bus, especially a Baneling's bus. So WhiteRa is forced to put his Cybernetics Core back here, and most likely he's going to drop it off another gateway here and put his Zealot here in the wall, just to choke it off. But oh, actually WhiteRa let his pylon complete, so it's going to cost him 100 minerals, and this probe is going to carry 5 minerals back. I don't know if that's worth it, but Ice needs to actually kill this pylon ASAP. He really should be not killing this probe, because right now is going from a 14 pool 20 hatch or 22 hatch into, yeah, he's going to be behind. And right now he is a little bit of lava lock. Looking on the income tab, yeah, WhiteRa has pulled ahead because he's been chrono boosting all his probes out, and he's just fine. Look at that, really nice wall. And yeah, Ice is going to position his overlord here. Most likely you're going to see another overlord here, or maybe over here, and it's just going to peek into the base later on. But yeah, okay, so it's not too much of a delay. Ice is spending his minerals. He's not letting it get too high. He's and look at, yeah, he's just most likely just gonna be fine. He does have this speed though, and interestingly enough, oh, okay, this is interesting variant. What most Protoss do is they get a sentry instead of a stalker. I think WhiteRa, because his probe was killed, he was really concerned of a Zergling run by, and a sentry only has 80 health, and a Stalker has 160 health. Here comes the Zergling run by, but it's only 4 Zerglings. They are just going to use it for speed, and look at that. Ice actually split his Zerglings a little bit, because he didn't. If this was a sentry, he could have put a force field here and killed off all 4 Zerglings, and he didn't want that. You only need 1 Zergling just to get sight. Looking on Ice sight, he does see everything that he needs to see. He knows it is going to be a very standard opening, and there we go. We do have 2 sentries charging up their energy. And WhiteRa is probably just going to go for a very standard 4-gate. And very wisely, most likely going to drop a pylon up here just for sight. And again, this is just to counter Overlord position. This pylon is able to see this Overlord. If you look at WhiteRa's sight, this pylon is most likely going to be able to also see maybe a Overlord over here. And yeah, it looks like we're going to just grind down into a very long game. Both players are not being aggressive. Ice does have his Roach Warren, so in case of anything, he is going to have enough lava and the tech just to defend against it, because early game Roaches are really strong. And actually, WhiteRa might be trying to make a push out here. This is a pretty strong force. Looking on the army side, it is 3 Zerglings versus 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and 1 Zealot. Ice is reacting by making 6 Roaches and he doesn't even get to run by. WhiteRa actually able to spot that, but well, actually this is pretty brilliant by WhiteRa. So he showed his hand. He was like, okay, I have an army. I know you don't, and I'm forcing you to make an army. So Ice has made 6 roaches. He is making 3 more, and these roaches and a spine crawler. So Ice is reacting to this possible push, but WhiteRa instead is not going to be making more army for this push. He is going to be getting a Nexus and a Forge, most likely for +1 attack, because 1 attack for the Protoss army is really, really strong. Ice does see it with the Zergling, so he knows he's been duped. But meanwhile, WhiteRa's own probe has been destroyed over here, so Ice knows he has been tricked in a sense. He is going to be, he does have to make these roaches anyway, but if you're looking on the income tabs, if Ice had made these 9 roaches into harvesters, he would be 35 over 31. He would have even more of an economic edge. We do have, wow, that's a lot of drones. So once Ice saw he was safe, he did make a lot more drones. And actually, Ice is doing the right thing. He has his army, and the longer you wait with an army and you don't do damage, you know, it really should be that maybe you could have made those into drones. You really didn't need them. But this is a pretty scary force. I don't know why WhiteRa is going to try to bluff Ice again. He is pushing to the Zaunaga Watch. I know he's going to go back, and I don't think this army is going to be able to make it. It is 1 scouting Zergling. The Zergling does see the army composition very, very well, and very wisely, Ice does back out. This is a fantastic play by Ice. He is using his Zerglings to scout. If this Roach army engages this force right now, because there are so many Stalkers, and more importantly, there are 5 sentries, he's going to be able to trap those Roaches. Those Roaches will not be able to run away and die. Oh wow, did WhiteRa see that these overlords need to run because of that Zaunaga Watch? He is going to lose his supply. Ice actually supply lock right now. He is even more supply lock. Now he is 3 overlords behind. These roaches are going to try to do something, but they can't. There are 14 roaches. That's quite a big sum, because remember, even though roaches don't do as much damage as a stalker, they do shoot almost just as fast. Stalkers at 1.5 speed, roaches at 2 speed, but they do the same damage. A roach, well, not the same damage. Like a roach does 16, a stalker does 14 to the roach. But Ice does see it's going to be a modified 4-gate. It is going to be a 4-gate with an expansion. So once you have the expansion, you're going to be able to support 5 gateways, maybe a robotics facility. You know, I would like to see actually WhiteRa throw down maybe 2 more gateways, and basically you're going, once this gets fully saturated, he is going to be able to fund this army. But looking at that, Ice is going to be trying to secure his 3rd at the goal, and it looks like WhiteRa is also thinking about doing that, because he is keeping that. But looking at all those upgrades, Ice is getting infestors, speed for his roaches, neuroparasite. That's something we don't see all the time. Now I think Ice is concerned that WhiteRa is going to be going for losses, because that Zergling, when he went over here, did see this robotics facility. So, but it looks that WhiteRa is going to be getting Immortals instead, because he knows that Ice army is primarily roaches. Now, Immortals are pretty good. Like, they do 20 damage, which is very, very decent. But Immortals, the way that they are really, really strong is they crush armored units. They do bonus 30 damage towards a roach. So, or any other thing like a Stalker's armor, a Marauder's armor, so it's a roach, and an Immortal does 50 damage per shot. That is insane. This is so many Stalkers. Now this army is really, really, really weak to a Zergling run by, but Ice only has 22 Zerglings, and he is going to be able to see his army composition, and Ice really should, I don't know if Ice caught that, but if Ice caught that, he might be able to Fungal Growth right here and pick it off with a Queen. But doesn't look like it. He is going to be getting well, I don't know, man. This like you can, once you get Neuroparasite, you can mind control this Immortal, but there's a second Immortal. But then the thing is because these Stalkers do have the opportunity to get Blink, and we do have you know, a little bit of a test. I don't think Ice actually lost anything in that in exchange. I don't see any blood pool, so not. WhiteRa is actually being very, very defensive. He knows that he does have the army composition upper hand, because this is so many roaches and Zerglings. He is getting some cannons to defend this alleyway while he pushes up the left side and controlling the Zaunaga Watchtower. He is most likely going to try, yeah, the observer is over here. He's going to try to deny this hatchery, and Ice has to be very careful. He is on creep, And if he's going to be able to fungal growth these stalkers in place,